Hey everybody, what's up? It's Papa Bill, and we're checking out Diablo 3, the effectiveness of putting freeze on your belt. As you can see right here, we got a Primal Witching Hour with 5.1 freeze per hit on the belt. Chance to hit. It's really like a per hit kind of thing with a 5.1% because literally every mob that you hit, every monster is going to freeze. Maybe not every hit, but every monster for sure. It's amazing. It's phenomenal how well this works. So that means you can shred the Azurewrath sword even with 25% freeze for 5.1% on your belt. You don't have to give up the freeze on the sword. You can definitely use the sword still, but you don't have to. You are no longer confined to using the freeze proc on the sword. It's just, I'll show you. Now granted, if you build yourself like a card tower, you're going to topple over. So you just do something that's within your pay rate. We're going to do 100. And every hit has a chance to proc it. So like your Furious Charge can proc the freeze. Your Ground Stomp can proc a freeze. See, they're all blowing up because they're in ice chunks because they're frozen. I may die in 100. Like, we're going to let all that simmer down a little bit. And using cold damage does not freeze an enemy unless you're wearing frostburns. Now I'm definitely getting freeze proc bonuses, and the only thing that I have with freeze on it is my belt. And I believe your belt is the only thing that will roll freeze on, only piece of armor that will roll freeze onto it. Uh, and then combined with the ground stomp, you get 100% additional damage pretty much all the time. And then you got your simplicity strength. You got to be hitting an enemy though. It'll heal you pretty well in comparison to your life. So if you have a million life, it'll heal you 40k every swing. I got less than a million life, so it heals me for less than 40k a swing. I gotta keep that in mind. So I think it works tremendously well. Right now I'm using the Ingom, whatever you want to call it. Ingiom, Ingiom. And that's helping me with my cooldowns. And of course, you know the witching hour is like the superior damage belt in the game. Gives you 50% crit chance and 7% attack speed as default for primal. Or, you know, it gives attack speed and crit chance as default stats on it. Now this hits hard. It's got good sheet damage. That was my daughter. She loves to scream. That's all right though. And some mob types, it's like they don't take barely any damage at all. I'm wearing a Squirt's necklace that doesn't always have optimal damage, but it gives you an opportunity to have like a Traveler's Pledge and a Compass Rose and one piece of jewelry as long as it's stacked all the way up. But you got to realize that as soon as you get hit one time, you lose all your stacks and you get hit pretty hard. So it's good, better if you're, you know, in a group with like a monk or something and you're not taking any damage. I would definitely use it on an RGK build. See, I might die. You know, these things just come out of the woodwork. I also have this build kind of set up on hardcore. I'm using a frenzy barb on hardcore. Even I'm telling myself that's a bad idea, but I'm up to 30 or 70 GRs. Greater rifts on see, you can see it better on the boss, like frozen the entire time. And there's an intermediary moment, so you can freeze it over and over and over and over and over. I wouldn't recommend using whirlwind for this. I mean, you probably could, but these hits just make more sense to me.
I'm coming up with an idea with the Nintendo. I'm almost done thinking. I came up with my idea. I did. So I saw Sophie. She was playing on her Nintendo, and now I came up with the idea to do a video of us playing on our Nintendo.
Yeah, you can make a video. That'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. So if we could do it with our Nintendo.
And there you have it, folks. 100, pretty cut and dry. I do have 4.2 sheet DPS, so. But I do think this build is a little squishy. Um, the Undisputed Champion would probably be best in slot, because right now it's in the cube. And that would free up that cube slot for, say, an Aquila Cuirass or Monsieur Schmidt. And it's silly strong, man, because the freeze procs 100% damage increase or double damage.
Remember your Yoshi dancing? Remember you were dancing? I remember all your comments.
And then, like, when you're in a group, you switch out Ground Stomp for Falter.
That boy blue one.
And there you have it. Freeze on the belt. It works. It works really good. I think it even works better than the 25% on the sword. Because that's a fourth of a time that you hit with one of your weapons. And this is 5.1% of the time on every single hit. So, you know, if you need to freeze,
Yep. Touch your controllers for me.
without using frostburns even, it's about just as good as frostburns, to tell you the truth. And there you have it. Thank you very much. So, if you have the opportunity to put freeze on your belt, you definitely want to do that. You know, there's no frenzy on this belt, but that 5.1 freeze, way better, I believe.